Live from Queens, New York, from createwealthwithnadia.com. How is everyone doing today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So I have a great topic, right, that I want to cover with you all today. And when you guys jump in, please let me know where you're coming from so I can give you a shout out, all right? So today's topic is how words have an effect on you. And many times we don't realize how many negative thoughts we have, a day. Because we all do. We all have a lot of negative thoughts, right? And sometimes it's really hard to get out of that funk or try to stay positive. But you have to, and be careful of who you surround yourself with, because if you're surrounding yourself with negative people, guess what? You're attracting that energy to you. And then you're going to start feeling the same way, because I've experienced that in my own life, because I used to hang out with this girlfriend of mine, and whenever I would hang out with her, and would go out to dinner, she would just drain my energy because her energy was just so negative. It was just so negative. Her aura was just so negative about her. Dinner, she would just drain my energy. I would have no energy, But she was very negative. So I've experienced that in my own personal life, right? So what I'm actually going to be talking to you guys today is about how water has an effect on us and our well-being. And I've been doing these research a lot. I've been researching a lot, guys, because as you all know, I'm writing a book, about the law of attraction and quantum jump. A lot of research on a lot of different topics, related to the law of attraction and stuff like that. So what I really want to talk to you guys today about is about water, right? And I want to talk to you a little bit about the scripture and what the scripture said, right? The Holy Bible. In the Holy Scripture, water is more than, it is a certain concept and that concept is connected in a certain way, the idea of life, right, guys? So what it's saying is water is life. Now, we have 60 to 70% of water in our body, right? We have 60 to 70% water in our body. But one thing I want to show, we live in the United States, right, in big cities. So, since water is life and water has energy and water has emotions, right, guys? What happens is when they filter the water and put all the chemical in the water and the water starts going through the pipes and we finally get the water in our kitchen or to take a shower. And another thing, our body absorbs show exactly how much percentage of water when we take a shower. Now, Dr. Emoto, he dedicated his whole life to studying water. He passed away a couple of years ago. But he was amazed by the results that he got. So what happened was he tested the water from the faucet, from the pipes. And when he tested the water, he was shocked. Because by the time the water reaches us, the water is completely dead. It's decayed. All right, guys? Because, the molecules, everything in the water is from what I saw in, from the experiment, the water was actually turned black when they put the chemical in there to really test the water and all of this stuff. So now, our body is made up of 60 to 70% water. When we are putting toxic stuff into our body, because the water is not alive anymore. The water is dead. So, you actually want to have natural spring water, right? But another thing, he also found a place in Venezuela where there was a huge mountain that they had to actually test the water. No one has never been there. So the water is virgin water, right? It's somewhere in Venezuela. So they went there and they took the natural water and they tested it, and the water was crystallized because it had, no one has never been there. None of their energy was even in the water. And it doesn't matter, guys, because and they're still trying to figure out how this really works. But what they came up with is that words are very powerful. And words have an effect on water, right? So, where am I? So we talked about the tap water. We talked about the Bible. All right, guys. So, since we are made up of 60 drink water, right, that are already dead, how do I put it? Because when the water comes through the faucet, the water has already decayed. It's not good water. It has no minerals in there. It has nothing in there because from it going through the pipe system, it causes a lot of issues with the water, right? Anyway, Dr. Emoto, he was a scientist that dedicated his whole life to words, on what words have on water, right? So what he did was, oh my gosh, my internet is unstable. So what he did was he placed one glass of water in a room with people who were very loving. He was actually playing music to the water, pictures, type words, videos. And after the water was crystallized, the response that he got was majestic. So then he continued to start testing water. So what he did was he placed a glass of tap water, which had already decayed. As you all know, I explained how that works when it goes through the pipes. So he placed this glass of water, now tap water, in a room with monks praying. And they were praying in the room with the water. Now what he did was he froze that water, and when he crystallized it, he was shocked. The water crystallized and it looked beautiful. Even when you play religious music, he also played religious music in a room with a glass of water, and it crystallized, right? He also placed the glass of water in another room with a lot of people that were saying hateful things, and they were also playing heavy metal music. They were also playing rap music, all these type of things, right? And guess what? That he used was natural spring water, right? So it was natural spring water that he placed in this room. It wasn't tap water. So he placed the natural spring water in this room, and the natural spring water will crystallize beautiful because it's natural, right? It has no negative energy on it or anything like that. But the fact that he placed it in a room and people were shouting out hateful things, they were playing heavy metal music, they were playing rap music, all these type of things. And the water crystal, when he froze it, the molecules, it looked disastrous. It looked like chaos, right? So this is to show you how your words have an effect on you. Now, you are made up of 60 to 70% water. So if you are made up of 60 and you are actually having all these negative thoughts, right, guys? This is what you're putting into yourself, because we are 60 to 70% water, right? And if words have an effect on water, can you imagine what words alone is going to have effect on us and our energy? I studied physics in college because I have a science background, but I never really got deep into it until now, because I'm writing this book, and the more research I'm doing, the more I'm studying. I am just fascinated by this stuff, So I just wanted to share that with you all. So let's talk a little bit, guys, where your energy comes from, because I truly believe that God, I've been reading this book by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've been reading other books and doing tons and tons of research. So let's talk a little bit about this, right? Because a lot of people, they're confused as to, okay, so where does the energy come from, And we are all connected to each other, guys. Everything to each other. Now, I'm going to read a part from Dr. Joe Dispenza book, Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, right? Because I want you guys to understand where this energy comes from, right? So where does the intelligence that keeps our heart beating come from? That's a part of the autonomic nervous system, right? Where is that system located? The limbic system is part of the autonomic nervous system. And within the brain, there are specific tissues that are responsible for keeping the heart beating. Yes, it's true, right? What are those tissues made up of? Cells. What are those cells made up of? Molecules. What are those molecules made up of? Atoms. What are those somatic particles? And what are somatic particles primarily composed of? Energy. Now you know, guys, where your energy comes from, right? So we are all energy, each and every one of us. And if you were to take a sample of my blood cell and put it under a microscope, you will see how my cells are alive, right? And another thing, right? You wouldn't be able to see the energy in it. You won't. But if you were to take all 100 billion neurons, because we're made up of 100, close to 100, give or take, about 100 billion neurons, right? If you were to put all of that, all 100 billion neurons in a small area, you're going to see really bright, right? So this alone is to show you about how we are all connected and we have energy. We're all made up of energy, right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So be careful of your thoughts. Be careful of your thoughts. Be careful of who you're surrounding yourself with. And always try to stay positive, because the more positive you are, the better off you're going to be. And the more positive you are, brain is going to be firing and connecting with each other. Right, guys? And this also goes for negative thinking. I know this is kind of like a tough subject. This is why I'm writing this book, because even for me, I had to go over it a few times to really understand it. And then I have to put it in words for you guys to understand it. So for me, if it was kind of difficult for me to understand certain parts, that it would be difficult for you guys to understand it. So this is what I've been doing. You know, I've been doing a lot of research, because I think I'm on chapter 3. This book is probably going to be 100 pages, and I'm trying to get this done by next week so I can start working on the next book, because I'm launching my my store, you know, with my own books and my products and stuff like that in 4 weeks. So I'm on a deadline, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. And let me give Stephanie, what's going on, beautiful? Thank you for joining me. Hey, Laura, what's going on, beautiful? Hey, Mohammed. Hey, Chris. And you know something? Hey, Dave. So this is why, you know, I'm always staying positive, guys. You know, as you all know, when I go live, I always say thank you. I always say I love you. You know what I mean? Start practicing these things, and you guys are going to feel so much. When it comes to affirmations, right? You can use affirmations with water. Let's say, well, this is tea, but let's say this is a glass of water, right? Let's say I'm drinking a glass of water, and water is life. Water has feelings. Water has emotions. It has been proven, right? It has been proven by not one doctor, many doctors, and many scientists, and also a lot of professors as well. So I've done my research before actually talking about this topic. Water has feelings. Guys, before even drinking a glass of water, you can actually talk to the water. You can actually feel those emotions. Feel whatever it is you want to manifest. You are already there. And talk to the water before drinking it, guys. You know, because it has been proven. And I truly believe this, because I've done a lot of research. And I like, for me, I'm science-based. You know, I believe in God. You know, I just don't believe in religion, but that's a different thing. I'm a spiritual being, you know, so I'm on a spiritual level. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. So be very careful, guys. Be careful of your thoughts. Be careful how you think, because if you knew how this worked, you will never have another negative thoughts again, you know. So I just wanted to share that with you all. So listen, guys, I love you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to get back to work. I just wanted to shoot a quick video, you know, and so enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Talk to you all later.